Okay, in today's episode of What Could Possibly Go Wrong, we're going to explore the possibilities. Actually, today we're going to take this TV entertainment center and turn it into a coffee bar. Here, my wife and I are discussing what she wants done to the entertainment center. This top piece needs to come off, and she's examining the doors and telling me how she had seen another coffee bar where they used the doors as the back wall. So I explained to her how I could make that happen. While she explains everything that she wants done, including the shelves inside, here's a look at what we're starting with. Here are the doors and the top section that needs to come off and out. Of course, the whole thing needs a good sweep and wipe down. This drawer will hold supplies like cups and napkins, while this drawer will be home to the coffee syrup flavor pump bottles like French vanilla or salted caramel. And of course, I'll be adding a shelf in here for more supplies and making the power outlets more accessible, which she is explaining here, and in case I missed it the first time, that she wants the doors as the back. Oh, and a shelf right here. Now let's get going on this project. It's not going to convert itself. I started by removing all of the hardware and unnecessary parts. I interrupt this video to say that while I was editing the footage, someone, my bored inner editor, brought it to my attention that this video was way too long for such a simple conversion. So here's a recap of everything that I did. First, I removed everything that could be removed. I cleaned it off, first by vacuuming and sweeping out all of the dust and spider webs. Then I wiped it all down with simple green. Then, I sanded the cabinet with 80 grit sandpaper just to rough it up so it would take the primer and paint. I took the VHS cassette holders out of the drawers, lowered the shelf in the right drawer, and I made a small drawer in the lower part of the right drawer that I had to remake because I forgot that the drawer needed to go back into the cabinet. My drawer was too long. Anyway, live and learn. Then I added a new shelf to the left drawer. I mounted the doors onto a panel made up of 3 separate pieces because I didn't have a big enough sheet of thin plywood, and I just used the scraps I had on hand. Then I mounted that on the back of the cabinet. I did have to add some trim around it because the doors were about 1 inch too small. After that, I added the shelf for the coffee maker and other things. Oh, I mounted the power outlets first, then added the shelf and cut it to form to the doors on the back. Did I mention that my wife wanted the doors as the back of the cabinet? I primed with Kills Mold and Mildew. I don't want this thing getting moldy later. After all, it is a coffee bar going into the principal's office. Teachers, and I'm sure students as well, will be using it. It's going to get wet at some point. I primed the doors and drawers. I got the trim the best I could and rolled the rest. Then I coated the inside of the cabinet, getting every nook and cranny. Anyway, every corner got primed. Here is everything all primed up. After the primer was dry, I painted the whole thing with the colors that my wife chose. Starting with the inside color first, I brushed the grannies or is it crannies? Then I rolled, then rolled, then rolled some more, then rolled even more. I have a quick question because I hope I'm not the only one. Have you ever wondered what would happen if you went to mix the paint and your drill was set to the fastest setting? Some of you already know. I meant to ease into the trigger, but my brain forgot to tell my finger. Anyways, off to the showers, coach. Have you ever run out of paint supplies? I hate it when I run out of these 3-inch roller sleeves. Well, it's nothing that the bandsaw won't cure. There. Now I have a 3-inch roller sleeve. Now, putting on the outside color. Same process as before. Put the paint on the brush, press the brush against the cabinet, and move it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And don't mess anything up. Keep the paint on the cabinet, Picasso. I started with the trim, then I remembered that I forgot to tape off the lighter part. So a little blue tape, and then back to painting. The inside is nice and pretty, and I didn't do too bad on the trim, if I do say so myself. Now, I had to figure out what to put under the new shelf. My wife wanted baskets, but as I heard someone say recently, if you're going to do something, you might as well overdo something. Thanks, Jason. So with that in mind, I set out to make drawers without conventional slides. I sanded the drawer pieces, and then I forgot to hit the cord button while I made the drawers. I think that's YouTube code for I didn't want to record anymore and just wanted to finish the project. But I cut all the pieces, then glued and Brad nailed them together. I waxed the rails of the drawers and voila, which is French for, and then I found out. Name that movie. They work smoothly. I added the 4 shelves inside the cabinet and touched anything up that needed it. My son helped me load it into the car while my wife recorded. This thing weighs a ton. It just barely fit. We had to scoot the front seats up a few inches just to make it fit. We brought it to her school, and Thank you for watching. Please click one of these videos to see more. And as always, please don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this.